Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snackbox. Welcome back to the free-to-play series. Guys, we got a new promo code and we're gonna take advantage of the free gear removal and I'm gonna show you how. Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe, and now let's get back to the video. So we're gonna talk about the free gear removal in a second. First, here's the promo code Raid Curiosa. And this is what we get. 1 energy refill, 20 brews, 50 multi-battles, and 200,000 silver. Nothing crazy, but still for free-to-play accounts, pretty useful. So from today, we got this minus 100% gear removal cost, and that means you can technically take gear off champions and it won't cost you any silver in this period of time, another 3 days and 15 hours. And this allows you to do a lot of things. So the first thing I want to show you, you click on the champions button and then you open up the champion vaults. Now you go to the reserve vault and now you basically just pick all of these champions, right, that are in here. Some of them are geared, some of them are not, and we're gonna find out who is geared and who is not. So now you're gonna click this button, take them to the reserve vault, and it's gonna tell you to remove the gear before you put them in the reserve vault. And the reason for that is because champions in the reserve vault can't have gear on. So you basically just remove all the gear from the champions you don't really use, you just equip, in the past for some reason, and you are not really using them or not really using the gear, and that way you can remove the gear. So now the champions are in the reserve vault and you took off the gear for absolutely 0 silver. So we're gonna keep doing this. I got some champions in here as well in the master vault. Some of them are geared, some of them are not. I'm not gonna check every single champion if they are geared or not, but I definitely want to take off the gear from them and put them in the reserve vault and remove the gear. So now we kind of took off all the gear that we put on these, faction wars champions or whatsoever that we are not using that often, and we can basically re-gear them if we want to. Now the re-gearing is also another thing you can take advantage of now, which costs you absolutely no silver. So let's say you got some new champions that you just recently 6-starred, or you want to rebuild a champion. This is the moment. It will cost you absolutely no silver if you swap gear around. So now if we go to the filter and put in the rank and rarity here, and we put in 1, 2, and 3-star artifacts, you can see we have a couple of those here. And I'm not gonna use them anymore. I'm way beyond that. All I'm utilizing is 5-star and 6-star gear, so I'm definitely gonna sell that, and it's gonna give me another 56,000 silver. And these artifacts were actually from champions that I put in the reserve vault. And now I'm gonna work my way up. I'm gonna look for 4-star artifacts, for example, these here. I'm not gonna use them anymore. Now I'm gonna keep some artifacts because, for example, speed boots, I don't have that many. I don't have 6-star speed boots. I have like 3 5-star speed boots, and they are already rank 16, so they can be still used on this account and be helpful, for example, for faction wars. But other than that, if they're not rank 16, I'm not gonna sell them yet. So I'm gonna keep a couple artifacts from better sets, but not all of them. And this is gonna be another 56,000 silver for me, which is quite nice. So now I got 100,000 silver just for putting my champions in the reserve vault and selling those artifacts that are outdated. And now I can also re-gear those champions for faction wars, and it won't cost me silver to remove the artifacts. So it's a win-win situation. And talking about faction wars, there's also another thing you can do right now. So, for example, we have the Dwarf Crypt open at the moment. And what I'm trying to do here, if possible, 3 stars for those stages here, especially early on, they're pretty easy to achieve. But I'm trying to get 3 stars on here so I don't have to come back later and invest more keys. And the way to do it basically now is I'm going to take the champions I have, even if they are uncommon, right? For example, as you can see, I only have 5 dwarf champions. And I'm actually using one uncommon at the moment because it's one of the only dwarf champions I have, right? And what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna rank this guy up, right? But in the end, I'm gonna use him as a chicken because I'm not planning on using him all the time. It's just momentary. And because we have that free gear removal at the moment, I can also put some of my best artifacts on him. So I can actually build this team, all these 5 champions, with very good artifacts from my other champions. So basically what I'm gonna do is go to my Alice, right? I have a Slayer set on her. It's my only Slayer set on this account, the only usable Slayer set. And we got this also from a promo code, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the preset manager and I'm gonna save it as a global preset. I'm gonna call it Slayer. Only the artifacts, the accessories are for the faction, right? So it doesn't really matter. I just want to save the artifacts. So I'm gonna save that as a global preset. And now what I can do basically is go back to the dwarves. So I have to include the master vault and the reserve vault so they all show. And now technically I could go to Isbale, right? And then go to the preset manager and put that Slayer set on her. So now she has 193 speed, 100% crit rate, 100% crit damage, not that crazy, 12k HP, 1.3k attack, but guess what? She's just 4-star level 21, and this will allow me to freestyle those early stages of Faction Wars. So I can technically just give her that Slayer set and then go into Faction Wars and basically freestyle all the stages. And she would one-shot this first wave. Easy. Now, her AoE attack is on cooldown, but guess what? I also got a Morag, so I'm going to use the AoE attack from Morag, and we one-shot that wave too. So now we're at wave 3. So yeah, basically you can do this with all these 5 champions, right? I'm gonna gear them all with the best sets I have and then try to push as far as I can. And I think I can actually beat the first boss in the Dwarf Faction Wars. So I'm gonna take Master Butcher. He's just rank 3 and level 15, but he's a very solid champion. And the reason why is this passive. When he's attacked, he heals all allies equal to the amount of damage taken. This does not work against bosses, but that's fine. We're gonna put him in my region set. So I have one region set on Taragi, and I'm gonna use it on Master Butcher. Then I have Runic Warder, which I wanna use, and we're gonna get that Relentless set on him, which I use on my Tegwar. And for this uncommon, I'm just gonna use a Lifesteal set, which I'm using on Fane. So this is what I'm gonna do, right? Now all of these champions are geared. They all have like almost rank 16 artifacts. Morag actually doesn't have rank 16 artifacts yet, but I'm gonna upgrade her artifacts tomorrow. But I don't think I need to beat the following stages. So now we're gonna go to stage 3 here in the Faction Wars. Start this. We don't even have an aura, but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna let it run on auto and we should be able to clear it easily. So yeah, you can basically do this in any faction in the next 3.5 days, right? So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you should be able to take advantage of this little trick here and push further in the Faction Wars, which is quite nice because you get a lot of goodies for those Faction Wars stars, and they are really worth it. So yeah, we free start this stage as well. Pretty easy. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep pushing now and see how far I can get with this team. All right, so we're back at the boss. The first run wasn't going as well, but I think we can do it now. I think I know what to do now. So, okay, we got very close. I need a few more adjustments and then we can get it done. All right, this is looking pretty good, guys, now. The third try, I had to get the speed of Morag up a little bit, but as you can see, pretty easy. Okay, we got it done. 3-star, stage 7. And you can see from stage 1 to 7, we free started all the way. That's 21 stars. We collected a rank 3 chicken and we are close to getting another rare book. And I think I can actually push a little further. So I'm definitely going to do that. And then I'm going to replicate what I did in the dwarf faction in the barbarians as well. But here I don't have a single 5-star, but I got shield guard at 4-star, which I'm going to use as a chicken. I got Haikatun at 4-star, so I can definitely push towards the boss, but I don't think I can beat him yet. But yeah, this translates pretty much to any other faction as well. So we're gonna have the demon spawn crypt opening tomorrow, so I'm definitely gonna do that there as well. I got a couple of champions which I use as food, which are currently rank 4 and 5, and I'm gonna use them in the faction wars tomorrow and just put some gear on them, my best gear, and see what stage I can run and then farm that stage. We also have the Shadow King crypt tomorrow, and then on Saturday we're going to have the Skinwalker's crypt and the Lizardman crypt. Now I'm very low on Lizardman champions and the Orc crypt as well. So yeah, as you can see, not only can you push the stars in your faction wars progression, you can also farm higher stages if you take advantage of the free gear removal right now. If you re-gear your food champions and just run the highest faction wars stage in here, you can maybe also farm some legendary or epic material here, which you can craft better perception gear with, for example, and get better glyphs, which also help you to get better stats on your champions. So yeah, pretty cool trick, honestly, and very easy to do, especially now with the free gear removal. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to show you what you can do with the free gear removal. There are a couple of ways to take advantage of that, and I hope this was helpful and you learned something. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.